Well, disappointment for us because we like this player and we touched on it a little bit there, was Sam Walker omitted from this week's team from the Roosters. Even though Momirovski's injured, you would have thought Manu goes straight to the centres. They bring Sam Walker straight up. Every Roosters fan you talk to, it's a 1 to 2 week thing. He'll be back up into the team. Victor Radley, as soon as he got dropped, said, hey, Sam's a good kid. He'll be straight back up into the team in no time. And they're not picking him this week.
The arrogance of Trent Robinson. Look, I preface this by saying Trent Robinson knows infinite more about football than I do.
Full respect to Trent Robinson. He takes a shit on my rugby league knowledge. He's won multiple comps with the Roosters. He knows what he's doing. But is this the right decision?
That's why I say, I preface it, he's much smarter than me. But Sam Walker should be playing. It's pretty rude that he's not playing. First of all, Drew Hutchinson is not a centre. You speak to most Roosters fans.
But defensively, I will say he does the job at centre.
Not really.
Yeah, he does.
And Manu in defence looks a lot stronger.
Yeah.
Like,
Then what, Sam Walker?
Then I'm saying Sam Walker. Like, I'm not saying Walker's a liability in defence, but you're not...
Teams targeting.
Players aren't running at Joseph Manu the same way that they're running at... The same way that they're spotting Sam Walker.
I'm just saying,
it tightens up that full Roosters defensive line.
If you've got a deficiency at centre, put your strongest centre back to centre, which is Manu, and let Sam Walker come in. You've disciplined him by sending him back down to reserve.
I'm just saying, we said it to the Roosters fans earlier on. They had 2 of their easiest wins over the last week. I mean, I say it wasn't easy wins, but I'm saying easiest opposition. They had the Dragons, and then they just played the Warriors. They didn't even beat the Warriors that convincingly. Okay, it was in New Zealand.
They scored 14 points. They're not doing that well.
But I think the main thing there was they kept Warriors to 0. And would they have kept Warriors to 0 without Manu at 6 and I guess solidifying that defensive line?
I guess
that's what their main issue was.
Paul Crawley has come out on the Daily Telegraph article and said that Walker's time is all but over at the Sydney Roosters.
Daily Telegraph headline, Walker's Roosters career looks all but over. Now that does seem a bit exaggerated. I don't think you could call his career over at the Roosters.
It's an opinion piece from Paul Crawley, but geez, if they just chew up and spit out halfbacks like they did Kyle Flanagan, if they do the same to Walker, they've got a problem with developing a young 7.
Well, the thing is as well, last year, everyone was saying Sam Walker's the best thing, he's the next great Origin half. How in, 6 months, you could turn from being the future of your club to being dropped and almost...
To a New South Wales Cup number 9.
And completely omitted from your team.
Apparently, there have been some Queensland clubs that have shown interest, and a lot of people have been calling, return home, Sam. Go back to a Queensland team. A Broncos would snap him up, I think, even though they've got Ezra Mann there.
Dolphins,
a Gold Coast Titans. Teams that need a good 7, mate, the Bulldogs would probably knock on the door there as well. So
I think it's only a matter of time if they continue to not select him on purpose as well. It's not like this is they've got too much talent to handle and he's missing out by chance. This is Robbo purposely leaving him out of the team, putting in a subpar centre and not playing Sam Walker, who's probably the future of your club if he reaches his potential.
It reminds me of like a Brodie Croft where he's gone over to Super League, got Man of Steel, which is their equivalent to Dally M. And it's just a waste of talent, which is now in reserve grade and getting shopped around.
But at least when Melbourne dropped Brodie Croft, they had Jarome Hughes playing. If Pappenhausen was injured, they would move Cam Munster to fullback and put Brodie Croft back in the team.
It's not like the Lockie Ilias situation as well, where they dropped him for a week or 2 weeks and then brought him back up into the team. It was like a discipline thing. You've got injuries and you have a 7, an out-and-out 7 that can play, and you've got the best centre in Manu, can just slot into the centres, but they've gone, no, we're not going to pick him. I hope he gets picked into the team very soon. We're big fans of Sam Walker, so I guess we'll see if it's the right decision this week at Magic Round if they can get it done, which I think they will. I guess we'll see.